Hey stats, this is on page 28. Okay, so we're going to be talking about, this is scatter plots, linear trends, so this is 2-1. Okay, this first thing, we're going to talk about scatter plots. This means we have points on a graph. So on our graph, we have the x-axis is always the explanatory, and then the y-axis is the response. And so usually we'll get something like this, or we could get like this, and there's a whole bunch of other things that'll take place. So they say this is bivariate data. Okay, so two quantitative. So these are both quantitative pieces of data. Okay, there's a number value with it. It's not a label. It's not like a type of car. It's not like your social security number, nothing like that. Okay, so we're going to look for trends that take place. So again, I said the x-axis, the horizontal axis is explanatory, the y-axis, the vertical, is the response. Sometimes they might call it a response, the dependent. Sometimes they might call the x value the independent. So just go try and remember that and make sure you have it in your notes. We're plotting data so we can try and predict. Okay, an example, create a scatter plot is the association between GPA and high school GPA and college GPA, things like that. So, so hypothetical. So down bottom page 20 says a hypothetical. Let's say we're studying whether the amount of crime that occurs is related to unemployment rate at the time. Both are quantitative because so we could make a scatter plot might be appropriate. So on our following page, those are all things. So it's the scatter plots. So you could have dots all over the place. You could have dots that are kind of all over the place, but it looks like it follows some sort of trend. A little closer together, then straight line. Okay, or we have down here, again, all over the place. It looks like it's going downward. They seem to form a little bit more of a line going downward or straight. So we're going to be, it says if the scatter plot looks like either two from the furthest left, so number 1 and 4, so this is number 1, this is number 4, there is no correlation. So our R value is really close to 0. Okay, we're going to talk about what this R value means later. Okay, it just refers to correlation. This particular one, if we look at graphs 2 and 5, this is going to have a positive but close to 0. This has a negative, and the reason it's, and again, it's close to 0. Number 3, this is positive, close to 1. This is number 6, so this is negative, it's close to -1. And these are the R values, and this is number 4, number 7. Oh wait, 1, 2, oh, this should have been 5, 6, 7, 8, sorry. So this has a positive 1 correlation, this has a negative 1 correlation, and the positive versus the negative just means that the slope of the line that we draw between it would be a positive slope. Negative correlation means it would be a negative slope. Okay. So as we head this way, it gets stronger on both of the graphs. Okay. And so as we continue with this chapter, we would say, they're saying like number 3 goes along with, we have a strong positive link to the data evidence of crime rates associated with weak unemployment rates or high unemployment rates. This would lead us to questions: do we hire more police when the employment rate is high? Are the variable actually the unemployment causing the increased crime rate? For these two variables, I'm on page 30 now. They are simply linked somehow, but we may not comprehend for those other factors. linked to crime rate that we need to be aware of. There's no solid answers to these questions. They require further data collection and analysis. So be aware of scatter plots from data that look anything you could dream up. Okay, they're going to go anyway. So as we go through, and Desmos does this stuff really well. Let me just give you a Desmos scenario. So let's go to our favorite neighborhood Desmos. Oh, that's my page. So what we're going to do on Desmos, and we're not quite there yet, is I'm going to hit plus, and I'm going to create a table. Now I have X and Y. So let's say I have 1, 3, 2, 8, 3, 10, and I'm just making this data up. I don't have any of this. 4, 16, 5, and 22. And so if you hit the plus button, it's going to look like this. Let me make them a little darker. Okay, so see how this falls in a line? Well, what we can do from that is we're going to hit Y1, and we're going to use the little tilde button. And we don't have to know this for tonight, but I just wanted to show you what's going to take place. So our little tilde, the little squiggly, oops, it's the shift of next to the 1, mx1 plus b. Okay, so this is the linear equation that goes with it. Notice we have an r squared value and an r value. We're just going to look for the r value right now. So this, notice this r value, it's positive, it's 0.979 and 9879. So that's pretty close to 1. So is our slope positive? Well, our slope is 4.6. Is 4.6 a positive number? Yes, it is. Our slope works, and our b value is obviously our y-intercept. So as we go through and we take a look at this, there are predictions that we can eventually start making. Remember, we have our explanatory and our response. Okay. Let's go ahead and get you the assignment. So our assignment's going to be 129 and 130. So page 129, 130. And we'll see you next time. Have a great day.